We're at Football in Focus at the location on Battleground, teed up indoors, golf shop, Davis Troxler. Eastern Guilford football got Jackson Jones, quarterback, with us. Jackson, first of all, good to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And you got the Player of the Week on our website a couple weeks back and the voting there. And how different is it this year being the starting quarterback as being the backup the year before? How much different is it? I know it's quite a big difference, but talk about the differences there. How's it different?
Yes, sir. I just waiting my turn, practicing hard the past 3 years, and now just showcasing what I can do on the field.
Your two running backs, Creech and Cole, how do they help you back there? And talk about the differences maybe in Creech and Cole, because you got them both back last week. They did well for you against Northeast. That made a difference in that game. Talk about those two running backs. What
Yes,
they mean.
sir. They're big time players. I love having them back there. They make my job a lot easier, especially we can run the ball on first down and get 5 to 7 yards every time we run the ball. It's a lot easier.
And you're a left-handed quarterback too, right?
Yes, sir.
How's it different, you think, from your receivers? Because I've talked to people before, left-handed quarterbacks, so you got to catch the ball a certain way when I'm throwing the ball with my left hand. How is it different with these receivers receiving the ball from left-handed quarterback? How's that look?
They're awesome, man. It doesn't matter to them. They're
wherever you put it,
players.
they're going to get it, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk about Stephen Murray and what is it about him that makes him kind of that elite receiver that puts him in the same category, I think, with the guys like at Dudley and the guys at Grimsley.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'll put him up against anybody in the state. He's a big-time player. He makes my job a lot easier. He can run, he can catch, he can block too. But yeah, he's awesome.
Kind of different too when he was in the game last week, full time against Northeast, and it was against Western Alamance. He comes out at Western Alamance game, quite a bit different for you out there.
Yes, Western Alamance they played good. Stephen took one to the house against them. We couldn't. Our first drives on offense, we've stalled out a lot. But that screen he took to the house that helped us out a lot, helped our defense out as well.
Talk about the other receivers and what they did to help you out in that game. When he went down, some other guys stepped up. I know is it number 7 receiver there?
Yes, yes, sir. Josh Harris.
Harris had a great catch on that right sideline there.
Yeah, he did.
Got you guys in score position in there too, I think.
He did. Safeties were sitting back over. Stephen was in the game at that point. The safeties were sitting over him. And I knew that Josh was going to be open, and I gave him a shot, and he made a play.
Big plays for big-time players. And you think about those plays when Stephen goes out for a pass, and you're looking upfield. He's sometimes better on the left. I see him a lot on the left-hand side, sometimes right-hand side, but the left-hand side against Western. Go to the field in that game, and you're looking for him. How, when you drop back, 2 or 3 step drop probably, looking for him, what do you look for in him as far as throwing the ball to him and getting it to him? What's the timing point there? What's the point?
Just separation off his break. I know he's going to be out there. It's just timing and when he's going to be there.
And you know he's going to be there.
Oh, yes, sir. He can outrun anybody.
Now, let it do this for me, because you're doing a good job at quarterback. You're getting some good help up front, that offensive line. Start on the left side and go all the way through to the right side. Tell me who those offensive linemen are to protect you there.
On the left tackle is Jaden Dumas. He's a junior. Left guard is Lorenzo Teague. He's also a junior. Our center got hurt against Williams, so Brandon Clapp came in and played center against Western Alamance, and then also against Northeast. But against Northern and Williams, Jalen Miles was the center, and Brandon Clapp was playing right guard, and then right tackle is Big Chris Riley.
Big Chris Riley, and I guess with Clapp, he can kind of be interchangeable up there.
Yes, he actually he had to play center yesterday at practice because Jalen was sick, but I'm pretty sure Jalen will be playing tomorrow.
Is it any different taking the snap from one center to the other?
They're both pretty consistent. I will say Jalen. I like Jalen better because that gives us depth at right guard.
Yeah. But
our O-line, we have a couple different people that we can sub in to give them breaks.
So you're part of the Jones family. Your uncle, I think, is offensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
You got the Jones family there. You got this Clapp family.
Yes, sir.
Is Clapp related to Spencer Clapp, who was there before?
I think they're cousins down the line.
Yeah. What about this Dumas kid? I was a Dumas there years ago at Northeast. A guy named Tim Dumas, offensive lineman. Any notes of this Dumas young man might be?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
There seems to be a lot of families at Eastern over the years. You had the Holt brothers. You had the Yeomans brothers. I mean, a lot of connections over the years.
Yes, sir.
Talk about yourself. What do you like about being with this team? What is it about this team this year that kind of excites you and gets you motivated to be part of this? And a chance to maybe win the conference championship.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I think this year what separates us from the past years is our team chemistry. We all like each other, and we practice hard. Coaches make practice hard on us, and we've been getting after it ever since we got out there in the spring.
Okay, to beat High Point Central, what must you do tomorrow night?
Just play our brand of football. Don't get behind the chains on offense. On defense, just do what they do. They've been awesome for us. They can get turnovers.
One thing I talked to Coach about in the post game last week, the interview, so many white shirts, maybe 5, 6, 7 guys on that ball all the time.
Yes.
Where you look, they're out there. You
Yes,
got one
sir.
guy trying to run the ball and then 7 guys on top of it.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't want to be on the other side of the ball.
You're glad you're on the side you
playing
are.
against them.
You don't be playing against those Wildcats. You'll be playing
Yes,
with
sir.
those Wildcats.
They get after the offense, and our defensive coordinator, Coach Martis, he does a great job of preparing them throughout the week. And I'm super glad all the guys in white shirts are on my team.
You're still punting.
Yes, sir.
But you got your kicker, Smith, he was back last week, right?
Yes, sir. We've been switching out, but usually he kicks off, and I do the punting, and then we'll switch on extra points and stuff like that, field goals.
Kind of off the Eastern Guilford field for a minute. Do Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes take out the Oregon Ducks on Saturday at Oregon? Deion keeps winning?
I think I'm going to have to take Oregon. Just because Travis Hunter's out, and Bo Nix is awesome.
All right, name one player from Colorado you know. We know everybody knows Deion. Does anybody even know any of the players other than Travis Hunter who's out? Do we know any of the other players?
Obviously, Shador, the quarterback.
There you go. That's the one who's. I like to call him Sanders because Shador is kind of tough to remember. You know their quarterback.
Yes, sir. He's
those
awesome.
guys. How many wins for the Panthers this season? We're not talking about the record because we just throw out the door. How many wins?
0-2 right now. I'll have to give them 7.
7. That's optimistic, I think. Optimistic. Now, you also need to leave out tonight and go vote for Stephen Murray for Player of the Week on our website. Got it at GreensboroSports.com. He's lagging behind maybe a little bit. Need to get him over the top tonight somehow. Vote Stephen Murray for Player of the Week, GreensboroSports.com.
Yes, sir, I will, and make sure y'all do too.
Yeah, get your friends too. Get Coach Melton needs to get that started. Get the other coaches going for it, and get Stephen over the top tonight.
Yes, sir.
Jackson,
Thank
good
you.
job. Glad to have you. You did a super job. Always good to see a quarterback because you're like, what, 6'4"?
Yes, sir.
See over the defense. Perfect man for that job.
Thank you.
Good job as always. Let's go next. We're gonna